Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening on our Warrior Shield Foundation special episode. We have with us Chance Shoel, who's the president of Warrior Shield Foundation, and Rich Gunther, who's the treasurer for the Warrior Shield Foundation and also owner and operator of Grit Gear Apparel and Lock and Load Coffee. They're both going to be here to tell us all about the Warrior Shield, what it's about, how they got involved with it, how they started it, and what the Warrior Weekend means, and the sponsor that they are going to all the proceeds are going to go to this year in September in Orlando, Florida. So that and we'll get their ideas and how you can help donate. You can see at the bottom of the screen there. Please donate to the Warrior Shield Foundation. We'll talk all about that. So stay tuned. It's going to be a great show. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back. Folks, again, welcome. We're going to play a Warrior Shield ad. We're going to bring them right up. We got an hour and a lot to discuss. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Warrior Shield Foundation is here to unite, honor, and provide support for veterans, first responders, and Gold Star family members. The foundation will enable them to find the help they need through direct assistance or by connecting them with our shared vision network. Using data-driven models, we provide solutions that make a long-lasting difference. We, along with our partners, are dedicated to bringing together like-minded groups and individuals who have committed to making a difference in the lives of our hardworking, everyday heroes. We bridge the gap by connecting warriors or their families with the assistance they deserve and require, such as service dogs, wheelchairs, counseling, scholarships, and team building retreats, to name a few. You can help right now to make a difference for those who have helped and protected us all. Warrior Shield Foundation, selflessly doing for those who need it most.
It's a long way to home, but you won't take the hard road all alone. Just look to your left and look to your right. You were born to fight.
Let's bring Chance and Rich up, if you will, Jim. Let's get this started. Gentlemen, welcome.
How you doing?
Good. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this. And of course, thank you for everything the Warrior Shield does. Chance, let's start with you. Introduce yourself to those who might just be joining for the first time. Tell us who you are and how you started the Warrior Shield Foundation.
Well, first, thanks to Dale and Jim and Two Guys, One Coup for having Rich and I on. It's a pleasure to be on with you guys. And yeah, looking forward to getting into it tonight and talking about the weekend. So this is going to be our 8th fundraiser that we've done since inception. We started not as the Warrior Shield Foundation. That kind of grew organically out of a motorcycle club. We were the foot soldiers for small, unknown nonprofits where we could come together and host an event for them, highlight what they do, and hopefully raise some funds for it. The first one we did was in Daytona Beach, Florida, for a Minnesota-based company called Dog Tag Furniture. Troy, who was the CEO, founder of Dog Tag Furniture, his battle buddy had committed suicide. And when Troy asked his wife, "Hey, when's the funeral?" she said, "Well, we're not able to have one. We don't have the money for a service." And I said, "Well, wait a minute. I mean, doesn't the VA pay for it?" "Well, they pay such a small portion, like $300, $600.
Wow.
That's in an average funeral, what, 8-10 grand,
At least, right?
For something simple." So what Troy did is he put the entire cost of the service for his battle partner on his American Express card, and then he came back and thought, how can I help others, right? So he started making wooden flags out of scrap pieces of wood. And when I met Troy and we did the fundraiser for him, he had, with making these flags and selling them at $150 a piece, had buried over 100 military veterans to give them full honors and full service. So from that moment on, Troy kept making flags for all of our recipients every year. One year we did an event for the 14th Hour Foundation, which is Chris Tonto Pronto's foundation. And I had rung them up and I said, "Yo, man, would you mind making me a flag with Tonto's logo on it?" And then we did a second event the same year for John Tig Tigan, another one of the Benghazi survivors beyond the battlefield. I called him back. I said, "Big ass, bro, but would you make me two?" So, I was still working as a marshal and flying all over the place. And I had just gotten back from a mission. I got a call from his wife saying that he had taken his own life. The demons had finally caught up with him, and he took his life. And I was blown away by that. But what really got me is when I pulled up to my house, and sitting out at my front door were 2 big boxes from Dog Tag Furniture. He had made both those flags for me. So it was just incredible, man. So I mean, that's where it all started from. And it was, Rich will tell you, he's the treasurer, man. He keeps track of the money. We take nothing for ourselves. Everything that we bring in, 100% of the proceeds goes to the organization that we're hosting. So there's where we are, man. 2017 to now.
Man, that's awesome.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Rich, how did you get involved with Warrior Shield?
I don't know if I have as exciting as he did, but let me also say about Chance. Chance, not only is he our president, but he's the MC of that gala and all that. He
does a great job too.
He does a wonderful job doing the auctions and just keeping everything in line and running smoothly. So hats off to you, Chance, as always.
As Jason will say, as long as I stay in my lane,
right? Right.
Yeah,
That's right.
He does have to stay in his lane, according to Jason. Or that Well, my story is pretty simple. It's I met Ryan Weaver through a mutual friend of Heath Smith, and we did a shirt, and he wore it on Huckabee, and it was about the Afghanistan heroes that lost their lives, and we did a shirt. He wore it on there, and since then we've been making shirts for Ryan. And Ryan told me about Warrior Shield, that he was a big part of it, and he was doing his concerts there and stuff like that. So I said immediately that Sharon and I wanted to get involved as much as we could. So through that, he hooked me up with Chance, and we started in 2022, I believe, making the shirts for Warrior Shield Foundation.
The romance started.
The event, or maybe it was 21, but it might have been 22. But the event shirts, we did all the event shirts, and Sharon and I had decided that we wanted to donate that a contribution to that. So whatever money was raised could go back to the foundation and to the recipient.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, we made quite a few shirts and stuff like that. And we ended up going to the gala and meeting everybody. That was the first time I actually met Ryan in person.
Oh, okay.
It was in 22. And then also met Tig. And actually sat at his table as sat at his sponsor table, which was nice. Sharon and I got to meet him, and we started making shirts for him as well. But to wrap that all up, I told Chance, that Sharon and I were all in, whatever we can do, we'd be happy to do that for. So 2023, we made the shirts as well. So the
Yep.
second year, and then the treasure was open, and Chance presented it to me, and Sharon and I prayed about it, talked about it, and
Mhm.
and here we are. So now
Yeah.
he's put it in his words. He said, "Rich, you said you were all in, so here you
Yeah.
go.
Here
This
you
is-
go.
If you want in, here's a chance to even be more involved." So we're still doing the shirts. We still
Mhm.
donate that as a donation. We
Mhm.
don't charge Warrior Shield Foundation anything for the shirts.
Awesome. Awesome.
We make them, we bring them down, we sell them there as the event. So
Yeah.
and
That's amazing. It's funny you mentioned like Ryan Weaver, because that's how Jim and I
Yep.
we
That's how we met you. Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
how we
and-
met.
and-
That's how we
and-
knew about the Warrior Shield.
Yeah,
Through
and by the
Ryan.
way, that Warrior Shield thing that you did, that's Ryan. His,
Sing.
Burn,
Yeah.
his Burn
Yeah.
song, which is back there.
Yeah.
Ask Chance what his favorite song is of Ryan's.
What's Chance's favorite? Right.
My favorite song is "Crank It." You may remember that
I love it.
I got up on stage with Ryan and sung well. I don't sing well. You asked me, I sing really well, but
Yeah.
anybody else, not so much. But Ryan Weaver is really a big catalyst to all this, because it was through his song. I had come down to Orlando and was doing fundraising for Nemours Children's Hospital at St. Joe's, and we were raising money for the oncology department there.
Mhm.
And Ryan had come to perform at that, because I saw his video "Burn," and I was like, man, who is
That's
this
great.
guy?
Right.
Yeah. It's great
And
video.
he came down, and since meeting him, and that was 2016, we just became brothers. I mean, totally.
Sure.
The guy is awesome, and
No doubt.
dude, don't ask him something if you don't want the God's honest truth.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Agreed.
Yeah, and that's what makes
Agreed.
him great. Yep.
And
Yeah.
I'm sure Rich has heard it. Jim, Dale, you probably heard it too. Ryan is very cautious with whom he associates himself and who he
Yes.
fixes his name to.
Correct.
And it's just been an honor of mine to have him behind the scenes in front. He was the original vice president of the Warrior Shield Foundation when we first started all this, and he continues to work hard for us behind the scenes. Obviously, he hooked me up with you guys, and look where we are now with Rich. And it's that's really what I really wanted for the Warrior Shield Foundation, was for people like all of us who never would have known each other to be able to come together,
Right.
break bread together, share camaraderie, and hopefully grow your own, tentacles out there, from what the Warrior Shield Foundation has done. And it's done it a lot for even people that aren't with us anymore. They still continue relationships, doing their own thing. So that's wonderful.
Yeah,
It is
Rich.
wonderful.
Rich, you said that you guys went down your soul. The one you and Sharon were down there. That's exactly what Dale and I did.
Right.
Last year we went down.
You know what I'm saying.
And we're sold. I mean,
We're sold.
there
it is. I know. We need
them
I need
along.
to
Folks, if you're watching, please donate to www.warriorshield.org. Go out there, donate, whether it's $1, $5, just donate something. It's a great cause. 100% goes to the cause that the Warrior Shield Foundation sponsors.
And not a
I
penny
can't
to
stress it enough
anybody
how
in the
important that
organization.
is.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's important to say that we have 5 board members, and not one of us is taking a salary of anything right now. So all our time is donated, and we don't take a salary. So not only
It's an incredible board, an incredible group of people. Like I said, when we met
we
you
got
guys,
a
we felt like
celebrity.
family. Yeah.
Rich is a celebrity. I mean, he used to be a big shot with some TV show, antiques and stuff like that.
Oh, that's right. He was.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, when he fills in for one of us, I think we've gone through that before, where you were like some antique roadshow.
Why do you slum with us, Rich? I don't understand.
I mean, he's big time, man. I mean,
I know.
wow.
He's like slumming it with all
stop
of us.
it.
Yeah.
It's all of us bring something unique to the table, right? Because it takes a village. When I started this, it was just me and several guys from a motorcycle club. And as Jason's our event coordinator, Jason Horowitz, you guys know him.
Amazing, by the way.
Amazing guy.
Yep.
this will be his third full year with us this year, but the first year when he came in full time as a board member, a voting board member, as our event coordinator, he kind of stood back and he watched everything. And I've always been the kind of person that is, I got to have my hand in everything. And he says, you just can't do that anymore.
Right.
All of us have our niche, and that's where we need to stay. Hence, when I said to Rich, as long as I stay in my lane, I'm in good graces with my event coordinator, and that's very important.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, he runs a tight ship when he's there.
Yeah,
too. I mean, he
really
coordinates.
does.
That's a lot to coordinate.
Oh my!
And I was impressed, Chance,
Yeah.
honestly. And this is not just saying because you're here, but you're the way you emceed that.
Mhm.
I mean, the passion, everything that comes out of you for what you're doing and how you're doing it. And I got to tell you, it makes us want to. It just made us want to get out there, and it was fantastic.
Yeah,
I understand you guys are coming down with a little entourage this year.
We are this. So so far I've got me, my wife, my daughter, her boyfriend.
Nice.
That's the four of us so far. I'm hoping to get my son and his girlfriend down there. And my brother-in-law and his wife. We're trying. So I mean, we're trying to just get everybody and anybody down there
That's
that
awesome.
we can. Yeah,
You're coming down like a week early.
Yeah, we're going down a week early.
I think you guys are in for a big treat this year. You really are. It's there's been a lot of changes, obviously, in our political climate, right?
Yes.
There are still some big changes to come.
Yep.
And I think that it's we're on the right track. It's just going to be a little bumpy getting where we need to be. And anybody that knows me for any extended period of time will tell you that I've said for years that we need a president to come along and rip the Band-Aid off. When you rip a Band-Aid off, especially one of those that's really sticky and it sticks to your leg hair.
Yeah.
Who are
we to judge? I mean,
bro, you rip that off, man. The skin gets rashed a little bit. It's gonna hurt, and that's what we're going through right now.
Yeah,
but
we have
and I'm
a
glad
Patriots Prayer
we
family. We have Mike from To The Point podcast. He's he wants a rich emoji. But he's coming down. He's coming up, I think. I don't know where he's at.
They're over in the Indian River area, so they're on the east coast of Florida, northeast coast.
And he's going to do with us, and as well as he and his guys will do a podcast from To The Point.
People have often asked us why we always do it in Orlando. Why? And why is it always in September? And the answer to that is simple: 9/11/2001, right? I had left law enforcement work after the Rodney King incident in LA and everything that happened with that, and I started working in my passion, which was motorcycles. I worked for both Harley Davidson and Indian Motorcycles, and on 9/11/01, I was preparing to leave for a business trip to Dallas, Texas with Indian, and of course, we know what happened after that. And 3 days after that, I had put my app in and then went off to be a federal air marshal. And then we had the Benghazi attack. And then, so my relationship with the Benghazi survivors, my relationship as an air marshal, the fact that we seem to have an epidemic in the United States of short-term memory loss, that we forget it, or we want to bury our history or hide our head for, because whatever reason, we just seem to forget about it. I didn't want these important events to go to be missed, right? I want younger people in. You remember the year we had Hello Sister? These are high school girls that brought
23.
We need to keep involved. We need to keep this, and that's a big important factor of why we do it in September, to honor both 9/11/01, 9/11/12, and the Orlando. Well, you got to look at the cost, right? Where we're going to host the Orlando Airport is pretty inexpensive and easy to get out of. September is a great time to host an event because it's a slow season, right?
Correct.
Vacation destination for Orlando, and I hotel we're at right now, right? I mean, that Rosen Centre is just awesome. You never have to leave it. You're right there.
You don't have to leave it. And that's what I'm saying. If you want to, that's like we were saying, me and my family, we're going down on the 1st of September. And we're staying, we booked ourselves a week down there, I mean, there's no reason not to,
we're coming in Wednesday. I've got my in-laws coming, my brother's coming, a friend of mine's coming, my wife and I are coming, my daughter's probably going to come, and I'm trying to get my sister and her son to come down, and so we're trying to fill this up. We're trying to bring
that's what it's all
many
about.
people down.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
I think what we really, I really want us to all push out is something that's that we're doing this year for the Hero Fest concert, which is Friday, and we can get in depth for your new viewers about how the Warrior Weekend is and what it does. But for the Hero Fest concert on Friday night, not only is it Friday, which means red, everybody should wear red to the concert on September 5th, right?
Got my t-shirt.
But we want to invite all of our first responders and all of our veterans to come and attend the concert free of charge.
Yep.
And what we're hoping is, we're offering a ticket for our gala night at a reduced rate if you just want to come. So what we're hoping is that we get these people that come for the concert. They meet you, they meet the other VIPs we got there. They hear what's going on. They hear the stories. Hey, you know what, Rich? Let me buy a ticket for the gala tomorrow night. I want to be
That's
here.
right.
Right.
So,
Well, now that we're talking about that, Dale, why don't we play that?
Yeah, let's just do it.
Commercial that talks about the event, and then we'll talk more about the event.
Here's a little just a couple minute kind of ad, kind of describing the event and what it's about, who's going to be there. We'll come back and talk about that right after this.
The Warrior Shield Foundation proudly presents Warrior Weekend, a 3-day event from September 5th through September 7th at the Rosen Centre in beautiful Orlando, Florida, which honors and supports the Corporal Chad Eric Oligschlager Foundation for PTSD, raising awareness and resources for its vital mission to help our most valuable heroes, our veterans. This powerful weekend will feature live performances by country music recording artist Ryan Weaver.
It's a long way to home, but you won't take the hard road all alone.
American Idol runner-up Bo Bice.
I'm tired of looking down roads, wondering what I gotta do, who I'm supposed to be. I don't wanna be anything other than me.
Christian contemporary and country artist Natasha Owens.
God and country strong, give me a cowboy who knows left from right from wrong.
Florida native and national recording artist Sean Holcomb.
You just watch your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about. There's compass and a map if you need.
In addition to all of the musical artists performing at the event, meet John Tig Tigan and Dave Boone Benton. 2 true American heroes who stood their ground and defeated armed terrorists on September 11th, 2012 in Benghazi, Libya. Not only can you meet Tig and Boone, but you can spend the day at the range, shooting and learning from the best of the best. Another hero that you will not want to miss is Colonel Gregory Gadsden, an American actor and motivational speaker, and a retired colonel and former commander in the United States Army. Colonel Gadsden is also a bilateral, above-the-knee amputee who served in the Army for 25 years of active duty as a field artillery officer. Nowhere else will you be able to meet this all-star lineup while supporting our veterans and first responders. This is an event of a lifetime, and one you do not want to miss. Get your tickets now, online, at warriorshield.org, and support those who fought and sacrificed so much for all of us.
Yeah.
That concert is going to be
That
awesome.
concert's
It's going to be awesome. And and Sean was a find by chance.
Man, I'm telling you, what a find too.
Yeah.
We're gonna have him on one of these specials. We're gonna have him and all the performers on. And
he's a trick, man.
Yeah, he
I
is
like
something.
him a lot, and I'm looking forward to getting to know him better. And like Rich said, he was just
Playing
you
at a
know,
bar or wedding or something.
Steve, our vice president of the foundation, it was his wife's birthday, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
bought tickets to Judson Live, which is about 100-seat venue at the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center in downtown Orlando. It's really a beautiful venue. It has a stage, a bar, a little restaurant, and the place was sold out. And here comes a guy with a fiddle player and his guitar, and I was like blown away. Everybody was. And after the show went out, and he was shaking everybody's hand, and Steve handed him one of our business cards. And next day I got a phone call from Sean, and he says, "Hey man, I was looking up what you were doing. I really like this." And he says, I don't have a gig. And he goes, "You mind if I come and watch?" And I said, "Well, why don't you bring your guitar?" And he goes, "Really?" And I said, "Sure." And you guys heard him. And wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
He's incredible talent.
He and Bo Bice
really
have
is.
such soft voices. They're so soft spoken,
Yes.
and you hear
They
them
get on
singing. It's
stage.
like, oh my god!
Oh, it's insane.
It's like with Bo Bice.
Yeah.
This will
Love
be
you, man.
this
Love
will
you.
be Bo's third
Third?
time with us.
Yeah.
Rich saw him for the first time when we did we had a concert at the old Ace Cafe in downtown Orlando. We had Molly Hatchet as a headliner.
Oh yeah.
Ryan opened for Molly Hatchet, and then a group called Six Gun
Sally.
Skin. Bo Bice was the front man for them, and they had performed. I had Crystal, who is the CEO and founder of Wheelchairs for Warriors, up with me, and we're talking about her mission and what she does. And off to my left, I see Bo standing over there, and he's, "Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt, brother." He goes, "Got something?" And I said, "What did we forget?" "We forgot the national anthem." And he goes, "I'd be honored if you let me." So I handed him the mic, a cappella. Now the Ace outdoor venue was a large 1,500 person capacity beer garden with a big parking lot and I-4 right there. So you turn the noise around 7 o'clock at night, right?
Yep.
He started singing the national anthem, and it was cars stopping on I-4 to get out and render a salute. I mean, this was the most wonderful. And then you guys heard him do it twice.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Twice.
So this year he's gonna. We got 2 nights we do it, right? We do it at the and then we do it at the gala, and we're gonna split that honor up this year between Natasha Owens and Bo Bice.
Battle of the national anthem. I mean, honestly,
it's going to be epic.
It's going to be epic. Both renditions are absolutely spectacular.
We actually feel the privilege of calling all of you friends and everything. But Natasha, we met Natasha. We've interviewed her a number of times, and when we mentioned this, and Rich and all that, we knew she would do it. We just knew it because that's who she is.
That's
and,
right.
You know, there's Rich and I talked about this, and we want to raise as much money as we can for the foundations that we're working for, right? Yeah. And these productions, that's where the bulk of what we bring in. We got to pay the bills, right?
Right.
And we talked about cutting costs and cutting this and everything, but the Hero Fest concert is such an integral part of what we do to have that camaraderie, because it gives people a chance that are like-minded, that it's served, and those that maybe didn't, or maybe served in other units, other branches, they come together. You guys witnessed it firsthand last year.
Oh boy.
I mean, we had a guy just get down on his hands and knees, right, and head in hand, and started crying when Ryan was singing. I mean, that's therapeutic. It's healing, and that therapeutic healing thing is what we're really doing this year with hosting the Corporal Chad O Foundation, right, for post-traumatic stress. Yep. So we're honored that they're trusting us to raise this this year. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's great. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, and let me just add that it's nice to put your money where something like this. So many foundations out there that you might donate 25, 30, 40, $100, whatever, but you don't know where that money is going. You're talking to two board members. You're talking to the president and the treasurer of Warrior Shield Foundation. And I assure you, I'm a money's guy. I'm a numbers guy. So it has to go where we say it goes. Now, as Chance did say, there are expenses that we have to pay. So obviously some of that money that comes in will go to help pay that. But the money that we received, anything left over, obviously goes to the recipient of Corporal Chad. But my goal, and I've said this in a board meeting, is my goal is to be able to have the venue already completely donated money coming in. So anything raised during that night is definitely all
goes to the recipient, whatever.
Go to the recipient. So if we can, we have several months before the event. So if we can raise, I stress, if you, even of $1, it doesn't matter. If you have $1, if you have $5, $10, donate that money. I assure you goes to the foundation. We don't take anything.
I'm glad Rich started bringing that, because Rich will tell you, you guys saw it too. That's why I had Billy Ray up there with me last year. To kind of help me, because I kind of lose train of thought sometimes. But, like Rich said, I mean, really anybody, Dale and Jim, you could get together and you could put together a great concert or a great event and spend, $100,000 and turn around and say, well, here's your $1 donation. We really look for people who want to be there for the right reasons, right? I mean, you would be shocked at what some of these people charge, or quite frankly don't charge, right? I mean, it's like, can you help fly me there? Can you give me a hotel room, right? Very giving. That's what we want, Sure, we could spend a lot of money and bring in Brantley Gilbert, who happens to be a friend of Heath Smith's, right? And he said, look, I would love to come play at one of your events. The problem is I got 200 hands, wanting to get paid every time I open my mouth. Plus the venue. My God, could you imagine having Brantley Gilbert as a headliner? We'd have to have the Amway Arena or Tupperware Center or something like that.
Exactly.
One day, Bradley. One day.
One day. And it's a big enough venue anyways. I mean, it is big though. I mean, when you think about it, when you look at I want to also stress that too, because it's not only, the cause you get to help and the people you get to help and the people you get to meet is absolutely, I left that weekend last year and I just knew this is the cause. These are the people. This is the group, right? And we want to be a part of it. And we are honored, absolutely honored. I mean, you don't even know to be a part of this. It is truly our honor to do that. But on top of that, the venue is killer, man.
Yeah, it is nice. Yeah.
Like the whole venue that you have it at, the whole weekend, everything that goes on, the people you get to meet. I can't stress it enough. It's
you don't even have to leave. You don't leave.
You don't have to go anywhere. No.
And when you go out to Warrior Shield,
Rich talked about the fact that if you can get on tonight and make a donation in any form, that helps. But something we're going to do this year is that as we start getting our silent auctions items in, I've got a couple. I'm going to go ahead and get the descriptions, get the pictures, get everything. I'm going to get it posted onto our One Cause page, which is what we run all of the funds through and everything. And you don't have to be present to bid on silent auction items. You got to be present for the live auction. I mean, that's where we want you to be there.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be present to bid on the silent auction items. The only thing is that you're just going to pay an additional shipping and handling, so the foundation doesn't incur those costs. But we really want to get a lot of people involved, and get whether it's online participation, live is always the best. Am I right?
Live is the best.
Right.
Yeah, and the auction items are phenomenal, and
if we can, since we're doing this once a month, if you don't mind, the next time we do this, bring it up. Bring what the item is, and then we'll show it, and we'll say, "Hey, look at this. This is what we want to do."
You can bid on it, whatever you want to do.
And don't forget, when you go out to warriorshow.org, go out to the venue and go get tickets to come to the event. I mean, you watch the concert. The concert's great. You get to meet all sorts of great people. we met somebody who makes us change our mind about Canada.
Canada.
Paige. I mean, she's
Canadian
one of the good
patriots.
ones.
That's right.
She's already purchased her ticket and
Oh, did she?
reserved her room.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a whole day's journey. We're
Yeah.
going to have a very special guest coming all the way from Rome, Italy for this year's event. You know, this will be our 1 year date of patching into the Legion of St. Michael Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club.
Yeah.
And they love, you know, they're in the UK, Germany, and in Italy, and the general of the Italian army is a member of the Legion. So he's going to come out and check it out. And I've heard rumblings also that there might be some well-known names from the UFC that might be attending. So there's going to be some surprises. Like Natasha Owens was a surprise we put out there, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do? You want to give like a lowdown, Rich, of what the event is? You guys want to?
That's really what I want. I want people to hear what really the lowdown is of the event in general.
So you know, yours truly loves to put sales up on there all the time. And you know, we'll try to get that out on our episodes that are yet to come. That we got sales. The next one will probably be you know, like we got Memorial Day. Right.
Yeah.
And we got 4th of July.
Yeah.
We had the Valentine's Day sale.
You did.
So that's, you know, don't wait. You know,
Don't
take
wait.
advantage now. Rich would like you to pay full price right now.
Yeah.
We understand budgetary.
I am a numbers guy. More money.
Wait for the sale. You know, you got everything from just if you didn't serve, you're just a civilian.
Yep.
You know. Oh wow! I get 5 bands for $50, right? Let me come see this.
Yep.
You can attend just the gala. You can attend the whole weekend, and then you can do, you know, the top tier package, which is the Tig and Tonto Benghazi experience, right?
Incredible.
And don't forget about Sunday is the Gator Hunt.
Sunday. Yeah, you know, if you're a lucky winner of the bidding, you're going to be going out with Mike Stark and Stark Gratitude for an airboat gator hunt.
That's right.
And Colonel Gatson went on that last year. And
I saw that. Yep.
Yeah. So you know what? If a bilateral amputee can go out on an airboat and hunt a gator, a dinosaur, you know.
Yes. Yeah, then you can do it.
For you yet, bro.
There's hope for
I
me.
have
I
a personal note.
I'd be a minimum of bilateral.
I have a personal note about Colonel Gatson.
Dale, maybe we should do a thing to get Jim out on that boat. Maybe
I think so.
As far as Colonel Gatson goes, I'm his favorite podcaster. He has it in my book.
Yeah,
the book. I've got it.
What he said.
I'm his favorite podcaster.
Yeah, I told him he signed Jim. This is what he did. So funny story. He signed Jim's book last year, and he says to my favorite podcaster, Jim. Yeah. And so I went up to the Colonel. I said, with all due respect, I'm not buying your book now.
Isn't he a great guy?
He's amazing. He's amazing. Hey, we actually did a shot of tequila with the Colonel on our podcast while we were there last year.
He likes his tequila. Yes, he does.
If you want to see him in a movie, go watch Battleship.
Battleship.
Yeah, Battleship. 2012, I think. He saves the world. Saves the world.
Yeah,
he had the best part of all because he got to be with her the whole time.
That's true.
Yeah, he knows that too. You know?
I love the scene how everybody's running from the mountain, you know, and they're running, and he's going the opposite way, and they're like, "Where are you going?" He goes, "I ain't never seen no alien." He's going the same, you know.
I know.
But that's what they do. That's what first responders do. They run to
the
problem towards it anyway. So it was perfect.
Yeah.
But
how cool would it be to shoot with Tig and Boone? Come on.
I mean, let's be honest,
seriously,
you know, intimidating.
You know, the whole weekend
how much fun.
Steve Cleverly, who's our sergeant of arms, he works with 5150. You guys have had in all.
He'll be on. He'll be on again.
Does beautiful custom weapon building. He is a long range marksman. I think from a mile out hitting, that's
insane
to me. That's insane, right?
That's insane.
I can't even see a mile.
No,
me neither.
I couldn't hit it from 10 feet.
You know, it's his company. You know, they're providing all the weapons, they're providing all the ammunition, We're going to
That's
be
incredible.
out at the Moss Park Gun Club, and which is right next door to the Orange County Sheriff's Range. That's where they hold the annual SWAT roundup.
What day
SWAT
is that? What day does that happen? Is that Saturday or Friday?
That's on Saturday morning.
Before the gala. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, before the
Saturday
gala.
morning.
So we're going to have, remember last year, so we had the concert on Friday night, then Saturday we wake up and have breakfast. There's going to be bus transportation for the shooters to and from the range. And then the Florida Highway Patrol will be there again to take the motorcycles from the hotel to the range. So it'll be a nice escorted ride. We'll have food trucks out there and just make a day out of it.
Right.
Now, Boone, if you, he's a quite the sniper himself, but he really enjoys the close quarter combat training. So it looks like you'll be doing some close quarter combat training with Tig and Boone. It's a nice up close personal training and pointers. And then Steve will be leading the long range shoot. So you'll be able to get out there and you'll be able to plink a target, not a mile away.
Not a mile.
But, it look awful small to the naked eye. We'll say that.
Yeah, I know.
They'll be
And then, of course,
shooting a house.
we do
over
our-
a bridge.
We'll do our podcast on Saturday too, as well
that'd
as
be
doing that. And
And then
but-
we'll wrap up in time for everybody to board the bus, go back, motorcycles get back, shower, put on your sport coat or whatever tickles your fancy.
Yep.
You come on down for the cocktail reception and meet and greet,
Which is phenomenal.
It'd be phenomenal. And then plated dinner service. This year we're doing a combo meal. It makes it a lot easier. Everything. So you get the beef and you get the chicken together.
Okay.
And Tanya Glenn, she's the keynote speaker.
Oh, she'll be on next month.
She'll be talking about it. We've got a couple other surprises for you. Most definitely, I cannot confirm nor deny the presence of Billy Ray once again at the event.
Of course.
Going to show up. That's always a.
That's always. I'm going to just guess that he will be there.
And I got to tell you, we've really got Mike really gumming now because Mike is excited because shots during podcasts, he's there.
It just gets better.
That's what we're gonna do.
I got to be careful with that myself.
No, you don't. I know you're the.
Just keep it away from Andy. Right?
It's the no, don't. I want any bidding.
We want.
That's true. We do want him bidding.
This is like Vegas. You need to get him a little juiced out.
So. He was really pretty good last year.
It's key that you say that because the auction items are really cool.
They are cool. They're
so
amazing.
People, especially the ones you can bid online and everything else that we can do, and we just want to bring that out so people can see it, start seeing what we got. And
I can't believe how much was there, how many auction items were actually there. That's a testament to the organization,
and that's all donated stuff. I mean, all that stuff has been donated, and this is a good chance for you guys to get a big basket of lock and load or drink gear. Both of those companies are donating again.
You should have seen Rich. You should have seen him sitting there bidding.
I tried.
Kept bidding and kept bidding and kept
bidding. You didn't bid high enough, man.
Apparently it got to the point where he was like,
I have a wedding to pay for in June.
Also, everybody might be getting a Doge refund check. So
there you go.
Use it wisely, and why not at warriorshield.org? Of course.
I'll buy Rich.
Also, real quick, I mean, you mentioned the shooting thing. That is limited to a number of tickets. So I believe it's 25, right? Chance?
Or we only have 20 left.
20. We have 20 left.
Wow.
So there you go. So get those now.
Yep.
Now you can get the whole package, come to the whole event through that. So I think
if you get that includes everything. That includes
everything.
The whole weekend.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, you get everything.
We really want we have a couple of sponsorships still available, right? We've got a we had a bar sponsor. Bar sponsor is really cool. You get to name your own cocktail. We're going to get some glass engraved with that company's logo. It'll be whatever that company wants to call it, right? It'll have signage up at the bar for them. We got the entertainment sponsor, so you'll be able to sit with Bo Bice and Ryan Weaver and Sean Holcomb. You get to rub elbows with them, have a good time. You get your signage up on the stage on concert night. That's your night, the concert. But the big one is the go for that Top Gun award there, right? Is the title sponsor, that you get a free suite at the hotel, you get a welcome dinner for 4. You're going to go to the range and shoot with Tonto and with Tig and Boone. It's going to be it's a great package. We really
it is a great package,
something really nice. So get on, visit our website, pick your package, pick your tickets. Donate
if you can, and that's what we're trying to do. We want everybody to be there, but
friend.
I mean, just donate if you can't make it.
And I'd like to challenge people. If you're gonna, I'm all for discounts, and Chance brought that up that we're gonna, there's always a discount, so I appreciate that, and everybody appreciates that. But if you get one on a discount, I would challenge someone to throw an extra $5 on it.
Exactly,
$5-10. Hey, you're saving some money. Throw an extra few bucks down. The money is going to go to PTSD. I mean, it's going to go to a good goal. And it's a real thing. People don't understand this. I had an uncle that committed suicide coming out of Vietnam. So, I mean, this is a real thing that needs addressed in America.
And we haven't learned much since.
We don't, right?
Honestly, as surprising as that is.
That leads us into that. Why don't we play?
This is who.
It's fantastic.
For those that don't know, all the proceeds for that weekend and the auction and everything will be going to the Corporal Chad O Foundation for PTSD. Here's a little bit about that. We'll come back to wrap this up.
Corporal Chad Oligschlager served his country with honor, courage, and unwavering dedication to his fellow Marines. But like so many of our brave servicemen and women, Chad faced an unseen battle, one that tragically took his life. His story is not unique, and that's why the Corporal Chad Oligschlager Foundation was created to ensure that no veteran suffers in silence. Our mission is clear: to raise awareness about the mental health crisis among veterans, provide access to life-saving resources, and offer direct support to those who have sacrificed so much for our freedom. From peer mentorship programs to crisis intervention to treatment without harmful medications, the Corporal Chado Foundation is committed to making a difference, because every veteran deserves hope, healing, and the chance to live a fulfilling life. Our heroes fought for us. Now it's time for us to fight for them. Join the mission, donate, and get involved, because together we can save lives. Visit cplchado.org today and stand with those who stood for us.
So that's
made that for his mom.
Yeah.
And she was
teared up.
It made us cry. I mean, it was phenomenal. It was fantastic.
So it's a real thing, folks. If you don't think so, and
it is.
And the good thing about the Warrior, I want to go back to that real quick here while we kind of wrap it all up, is that the Warrior Shield, you guys get inundated with, hey, we'd like to be a recipient. We'd like to be this and that and that. And you have to vet them out. You have to really look at the organization itself and say, okay, where's the money going? What's the cause for? This is another one where they don't take any money. They get nothing. This is all in honor of their son, Chad, that started this. Because honestly, the military and those around him let him down and didn't listen to him. It's really an absolutely tragic story. A 22-year-old young man who served his country, lost his life because of PTSD.
Right.
And so when Steve, and I think Steve Cleverly, I think is the one who he's really passionate about, and that's kind of, his baby, I guess we could say, brought it to you guys. You guys looked at it and you made a decision that those are the people this year, and rightfully so. good decision. And that's the smartness that you all have at Warrior Shield as well. So
Dale, if I could piggyback on that,
yeah.
One of the reasons why I came into Warrior Shield is because exactly what you just said.
Yep.
They vet through these. They make sure that the recipient is getting the money. They make sure that they're not just flippantly spending the money somewhere else. It's going right back into their cause. And like I said, we have 5 members on our board, and we all 5 vote on who our recipient is, and we voted on Corporal Chad this year. And you're right, Steve brought it to the board, and it was unanimous. It was immediate. It wasn't even a question. Yes, we need to go this route, and we do vet them. And Chance, this is one lane he stays well in. He's very good at. He makes sure the recipient is someone that, as you said, is getting the full thing, and they're not blowing the money on just stuff. I know there's a lot.
There's like a lot of those,
right? I mean, we give $100,000 and 90,000 it goes to the president.
Correct.
It doesn't make any sense, right?
Yes.
So it's we look at all of it, and so I commend Chance. He's one of the reason, I tell you, probably the big reason why Rick Gere is involved with Warrior Shield and myself.
I'd say, right. Yep. And all of you are the reasons why
we're better people because we know you and everybody.
Did you guys hear the wrap up from Sub-Zero's mission last year?
No, if you want to tell us. So that was last year's recipient. So what?
Yeah, so Sub-Zero was started by some crazy ass Marines, right?
Yep.
That's true. Came out of a bar one night, and there's a guy in a cold Ohio winter, and he's freezing, and they went back home and dug through their old duffel bags and got some field jackets and this and that, and went out, and it just grew from there, and you saw their truck Fury, right? They get out there and they do these, they call them missions, and some of the harshest winters around. It's just like, no one should freeze to death on the streets of America, let alone veterans, right?
Right.
So when they came to us, and Tim Hickey is the one, through Ryan Weaver again, we started talking about it, and we're very specific that although it was started by Marines, right? The foundation was started by it. Sub-Zero mission was not initially geared solely towards providing services for our veterans, right? And that's one of the things that has to meet the criteria for how we are incorporated. So, if it is a spouse of, a child of, if it is a service member, is a service member spouse, there has to have that connectivity there. So we were able to, was it $50,000, Rich?
Yeah, something like that. I don't have it in front of me, but yeah.
50,000. I'm rounding up. It was really close to 50,000. That was 100% proceeds of the event went to them. That because they told us they would, and we believed that they would. We raised the money for them, and they started their veterans outreach program up to Zero. And all the money that we raised went to start that. And you went to were you there for the ribbon cutting, or was that Steve that went to that?
Steve went to that.
Oh, Steve did? I thought you did. You went to present the check.
I drove up there about 2 hours from where I live, so I drove up there. And let me tell you, Chance is right. It is cold up there on the east side of Cleveland, right by the lake where they live. When we get
what they do, man. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Is right. I mean,
we sponsored 2 lanes for their bowling that they had. We sponsored for them, so we put. So we helped.
It's funny because on an average, 22 veterans kill themselves every day.
Every day
on an average. We need to get that number down. It's been too long that our veterans have been gone unnoticed. We've done too much for our illegals and ignored the veterans. It's time that we put our money where our mouth is. We need to help this. We need to raise some money, and I'd love to write $100,000, $200,000 check to them.
Well, that's what our goal is. That's the goal of this.
I'm looking at my clock here, and I see we're getting close, but I know we're going to get heavy into a lot more as we go on, so we don't need to do everything in the one night.
Right.
But when we're talking about this post-traumatic stress, and there's some controversy, we call it PTS or PTSD because some veterans don't like to be labeled with a disorder. It wasn't a disease, it was a result of some traumatic injury that cause this to happen, right?
Yes.
And there's triggers that set it off. There's noises that set it off. There's this and that. We can't lose focus that it's not just the military veteran, right?
Right.
Because, and I've talked about this in my opening speeches, that it's difficult for us as the service member or the police officer or the firefighter, to drag that hose into the burning building, to strap on that vest every day.
Good point. Good point.
But, and for the soldier to take the ruck and head off on that plane to the sandbox or wherever he's called to serve or she's called to serve. It's stressful to us, but when we get there, we're mission focused. You got a job to do it. That's where your thoughts are. But you can't forget that you just left a whole family unit behind. And you've taken a big hole out of that unit by leaving them. So now your wife's got to deal with a hurricane that blows the roof off a house, tree limbs that come down.
Yep.
How do I pay this? How do I do this? And God forbid something happens and that service member or that firefighter or that police officer, it's their end of watch.
Yep.
Now where do they turn to and where do they go to get help? Right.
Yeah.
And that is really the key to the Warrior Shield Foundation. We don't raise money for ourselves. We bring awareness to other groups that provide already established services, and we need to make them aware of what's going on and raise funds for them. And again, this year, happy to honor the Corporal Chatto Foundation. I encourage all your listeners, check them out, check us out, do your own research to where your money's going. You'll see that it's going exactly where we say it's going.
Yep.
And I just hope we fill that place, the concert, free admission for our veterans and first responders, right?
Amazing.
We still ask if you're going to bring a +1, they'll have to buy a ticket at the door. This is just for the people that served, right? Or have served. And then, stay for the whole weekend, man. Buy a ticket.
Exactly.
And this, the thing is, this will change your life. And as
it will change your life.
It will change your life. And you guys are a perfect example of what I'm talking about. You guys came for the first time last year.
We did.
You made a decision. Hey, we're going to come, because I know it was up in the air for a while, and you said we're going to come. But looking back, wasn't that one of the best decisions?
It was the best decision
last year?
we ever made.
Best decision.
It's the best decision we ever made. And Jim and I aren't really great at decision making. So I'm telling you, take it from us. It is the right decision. So go, please, folks. I know we're coming up to the top of the hour, and Chance has got to roll. So we're going to end it here today, but we will have this again next month.
The last Wednesday of every month.
Wednesday of every month, we will have this. And if we got to do it more than once, damn it, we'll do it more than once.
As we get closer, we'll do it more than once. Yep.
And so, folks, I want to thank those that were listening and watching. We've got comments over here. We didn't get to play them all, but this is really focused on the Warrior Shield Foundation and warriorshield.org. Please go there. Again, every dollar matters. A simple dollar helps. So please go there and do that. Rich, Chance, as always, just a total pleasure, pleasure and a total honor for me and Jim.
God bless
to have you on. And we can't wait. I mean, again, we say it, September can't come soon enough, but it'll be here soon enough. So we got to.
We will have each personality perform the performers on during this time. We'll have them on, and we'll reach out to Natasha, to Rick, or to Ryan and Bo and Sean. We'll have them all on, and and you guys, we want you every month.
193 days till event day.
193
days. Not that I'm counting.
Countdown.
No, not that you're counting. I'm sure the treasurer is making you count down.
No.
I just happened to look over at our event.
Did you?
Here, and it told me
193 days.
Hey, Rich,
that's not a long time.
Rich, I don't know if you know this one, but great show.
That'd be my show.
Yeah, that'd be your wife. Folks, again, Chance, Rich, thank you so much for coming on. Total honor, total pleasure. We appreciate what you do. We're glad to be a part of it. Anything we can do to help, we certainly will.
Absolutely.
And we will continue to push. Push.
So we'll
how about I set up for Bo Bice to come on next month on the Wednesday?
Well, if you could do that, that'd be great. We'll send you the date and all that, just to make sure we're confirmed with it and all that. But if you could do that, perfect. Awesome. Thank you. We appreciate it.
I've already talked to Ryan. He said anytime you're ready.
Ready.
Because we have Sean, Ryan's, and Natasha's contact.
But I have Bo's, but I mean, you know, so you people know him more. He answers you guys. You know, he's probably looking at my text like, "Who?"
Bo, yeah.
Guys.
He's a great dude. He's a great dude. Folks, thank you. Thank you for listening. Please share, and then please go donate warriorshield.org. Thank you all. We appreciate you. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.